short paper, and it's NoBis or NoBis. We will see how which is the correct pronunciation. A crowd monitoring service against COVID-19. I think Giulia Cisotto is going to present.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
So feel free to share your screen. And
okay. Thank you very much. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay. So may I start?
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you very much. So let me see. So good morning, everyone. My name is Giulia Cisotto, and I'm assistant professor at the Department of Information Engineering of the University of Padova. And I'm very glad today to present NoBis from Latin. So its correct pronunciation is NoBis. And this is a crowd monitoring service against the COVID-19 that I created together with my colleague, Dr. Marco Giordani, and developed with the help of Mattia Avanzi and Riccardo Coniglio, with the supervision of Professor Nicola Ferro. Let me switch. Okay. So actually today I'm going to introduce the context in which NoBis is developed and the motivation why we decided to actually create NoBis. Then I will describe NoBis design and architecture and the working principles, together with description of the first prototypes that we have, and a preliminary evaluation of the performance of NoBis. And then I will conclude highlighting the NoBis impact for the society and provide some conclusions. So NoBis actually was created to provide a support against COVID-19. That we all know that represents the most recent and largest pandemic of the last century. During this year of pandemic spread, we discovered that social distancing is the most critical requirement to keep everyone safe, at least for the moment. In this context, ICT and digital technologies provides support and very important support for the society and for digital health. So among a number of technologies and applications that have been developed for supporting against COVID-19, we can, for example, name a few of them, like, for example, the Immuni application, that is a very famous Italian application for contact tracing via Bluetooth. Then we can also name Affluences, that is a crowd monitoring system, especially for libraries, based in France, and using multiple technologies for monitoring the crowdness level in specific places. And then we can also cite Google Maps, that is able to provide an estimate of the number of people in a place using the GPS data. So NoBis. What's NoBis? So NoBis is a crowd monitoring service that allows citizens to monitor in real time the crowdness level of public and private places supporting the NoBis initiative and adapt their mobility accordingly. NoBis works with QR codes, and that is a cost-free, of course, technology. And it records check-in and check-out operations from the different places that implements NoBis. Through these check-in and check-out recordings, NoBis is able to display the crowdness information to everyone via a web page that you can find and also visit in the right corner in this slide. Also, and very importantly, NoBis is privacy compliant by design. So the NoBis architecture consists of a database management system and an application that acts as a web server and endpoint for the system REST API, and implements three different types of entities. The first one is the end user, that is the individual citizen that can access the NoBis website to monitor the crowd map and to see how crowded is the place they want to visit in a while. And once the user is in the place, at that place, they can scan the QR code and access the place. And of course, at the exit, as we will see in a while. Then the referent is the people who can create new building and new places inside the building that have to be monitored, and can inspect in real time, can inspect the number of visitors who have checked in. Finally, we have the administrators who manage the system and can enable new reference. Okay, how does NoBis works? So actually, at the check-in, so before entering a place, the user has to point the camera of their smartphone at the NoBis QR code, then tap to visit the link whose address is synthesized in the QR matrix, and can actually enter the place. Similarly, at the checkout, the user has to scan again a different QR code, the one for the checkout operation. And additionally, the system prompts a survey that the user may optionally respond to by indicating the perceived crowd level of the place they are living. And this is very useful from our side to validate the NoBis data, the NoBis recording, check-in and check-out operations. Here you can see an example of the map, the crowd map that you can obtain while visiting the NoBis website. The NoBis website is at these links, so at nobis.dei.unipd.it. And from this link, from this website, the users can access the map and check the crowd level of each specific place they want to visit. The privacy is important, so we are not going to display the actual number of people entering a place or visiting a place, but we only show an index of crowdness, showing, saying that the level of occupancy of a place is low in green, or medium in yellow color, or red. In red, you can have very high occupancy. So maybe in that case, it's better if you postpone your visit to the place. Okay, so the first prototype, let's say prototype 1.1 of NoBis, has been checked for load, has been tested with a standard load analysis via Apache JMeter. And the system has been tested with about 1,400 simulated concurrent users that are simulated to check in and check out the system at different places, and also visit the crowd map at the web page. And plus we add some randomness. So all the details are included in the master thesis of my colleague Mattia Avanzi. So if I don't have the time to go more deeply in the details, but there are all the details. So from this load analysis, we can get that NoBis has quite low and constant response times. And also NoBis showed a good throughput, even with a very low use of the system. So this means that NoBis is scalable if you would like to use NoBis in medium communities, at least medium communities. The first prototype has been actually deployed and tested at the Department of Information Engineering in a period between September and October. And the goal was to actually test it in a couple of laboratories in one building and another laboratory, so 3 laboratories in 2 different buildings. The results was that we recorded 4,075 check-in, check-out operations with an average of 8 unique users per day. And also in this case, the results were very promising, very good, because we assessed that both the conversion and the accuracy ratios were higher than 75% in most of the locations, saying that NoBis is quite reliable in his estimation of the crowd level. And also people that use the system like it, and said that the system helped them to regulate their visits to the labs. Also we had, yes?
Yes, Giulia, please come to the conclusion because you're running out of time. Okay,
sorry, I will try to go faster. So a second prototype has been deployed and in the municipality of Abano Terme in Padova, and also has been announced on the media. And this is very important to make the community aware that they can have this help from this new technology. So NoBis, as you could get from this presentation, NoBis aims to make the environment safer for local communities in this period of pandemic. And the main advantages of NoBis is that it's cost-free, ready to use, accessible to everyone, and especially without using additional devices or hardware to be deployed or to be used, and is complementary solution with respect to other technologies. So it's complementary solution, for example, with Immuni, but it's not substituting it. And also, very importantly, is privacy compliant. So in conclusions, we designed and tested the reliability of NoBis, and we got that it can support the traffic of medium communities and is very scalable. And the users appreciate this system. NoBis has been already announced in the news, and meanwhile also received a couple of awards from the IEEE Communication Society, both during a student competition, and a video display explaining NoBis has been also selected for the YouTube channel of this community. And of course, NoBis is still evolving in order to improve its service to the community. So thank you very much for the attention. And I'm available for, I am available for any question. And also there should be also my colleagues here in case of some more technical questions.
Thank you, Giulia. I already see Maristella with her hands raised. So.
Okay.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning, Giulia. This is a very interesting experiment, and I think it would be useful to distribute also through the website of the department useful information on this. and to open up the possibility to use in the next future. Also because it is a way for the common people, the people that are not involved in the technology, to start to use some of the technologies that are not really used around yet. And is a form also of teaching of to the normal people, you know, and to collect data and information can be useful also for the future. So I would really strongly support to open up this. If some of the colleagues that are online from other universities, from other institutions, if are interested in having the possibility to have a parallel use in their area, would be also very useful. Like to say, to create a community that collects useful data. Really, then everybody can see without so much effort. But in any case, there is like a step of technology that has to be used. So probably you have to teach also in what way to use the code, in what way to the normal person, because we do not consider usually this kind of step that has to be made by normal people. But thank you very much for your presentation.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Professor Agosti. Actually, yeah, we already surveyed the interest in the department, and also that's why we can test the first prototype in the department. But then we actually also were interested in going outside also the university, to local communities, to municipalities, because in that case it's very important. It could be very very helpful for this kind of people. And then the other thing that you said is that we need to involve the people, also not technicians, but I mean common citizens. And in that case, we also are working with the municipality of Abano Terme, in this case, to actually to create a video, a very simple video, showing how to use the NoBis system from the perspective of the end user. And then, of course, from the perspective of the reference, we need to, of course, list a number of very simple operations to do in order to establish a new building or a new place to monitor. But the operations are very easy, because if you are interested in monitoring a specific place, you just need to create a QR code that is possible within the website, the NoBis website, and print it and post it at the place you want to monitor. I don't know if my colleagues want to add something related to that. I don't know if anyone is here.
Yes,
yeah, maybe.
Yeah, Giulia. No, I think that you are you are so good. So I think that it's okay. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Giulia. So now we'll
Thank you very
move
much
to the last short paper before the lunch break.